Music TV.
Shout out to TZ Von Savage and Jay Lava. I missed you guys the other day because I was real busy with my film release. The new Bug Breaking movie is out. But shout out to you brothers, man. I want to send a congratulations to TZ Von Savage and Jay Lava for their 500th episode of Keep It P podcast. Be one to you players.
Aha! It is dark, but no, I am here. I am here, my friends. Don't worry. It is J Lava. It is the 6 o'clock program, and it is called the Keep It P podcast. Shout out to my guy Red. You know what I mean? This is Keep It P podcast.
Shout out to Mr. Redman, sir.
Keep It P podcast. We take the news, the situations, the everyday occurrences. We show how one could have and could not have been keeping it P. Not trying to tell you what to think, trying to show you what to think when you find yourself mixed up in the anti-black.
No.
Not trying to tell you what to think, trying to show you what to think.
You did not say that.
Oh, I didn't say that. Oh, well, I ain't trying to tell you what. I'm not trying to tell you what to think. Don't get it confused.
We're not trying to do that.
I'm just trying to show you. That's all.
That's what we're trying to do.
Trying to show you. You know, when you find yourself mixed up in an anti-black racist propaganda machine being perpetuated by the lamestream media, and then you got the Republicans and the Democrats, both bipartisan, two wings of the same bird, 94-1 on the legislation to target your black ass, and it keeps getting worse by the day. Because y'all ain't paying attention and we ain't getting on code. Y'all see what happens when we get on code.
You see.
But I'm on code, so I'm so much on code. I'm gonna let this guy holler at you real quick and tell you something.
I ain't got nothing to say. That's how cold we on today. That's how on code we is today.
Nothing?
Sometimes when you ain't got nothing good to say, don't say nothing at all. And to show that, I'ma just be quiet.
Alrighty then. And with that being said, her family owned slaves. How can she make amends? It asks. Very good question. Hold on. First of all, take a look at this trick. That's her right there. She definitely looked like like her family owned slaves too. Like, with the cowboy hat and everything, definitely looks that way.
Man, she looked like she done had all the penile of the Mandingo assortment.
Well, her name is Stacey Marshalls Angus. Cattle's on her 300-acre farm in Chattanooga, Georgia. It says, Dirty Town Valley, Georgia. Just before people started take the pandemic seriously, Stacey Marshall slipped into the back of the conference room in Athens, Georgia, and joined 24 black farmers in a marketing seminar called Collards Aren't the New Kale.
in a orgy called Colors Art the New Cal.
Look, in my colors in my box. Coloring
Her
inside the
last name
lines.
her last name is Angus because she wants all the beef. Stick.
She stood out, and not just because she was one of only 2 white people in the room. Marshall, 41, still had a long blonde hair and good looks that won her the Miss Chattanooga, Tennessee title in 1998. Who cares? Who cares?
Why is that relevant? Tell me why that's relevant if what I'm saying is not true about her. This is her advertisement, fam. She wants all the black penile inside of her, and this is her advertisement. She paid to have this done, and this is what's this? This is a personal ad. This is her personal Tinder ad right here. This is her Tinder profile.
The win in Miss Chattanooga came with a scholarship money that got her to a tiny Baptist college and a life away from the small Appalachian Valley where her family has farmed for more than 200 years. Leading to the seminar, Matthew Renifold, 53, tall, magnetic Gullah Geechee chief and organic farmer who works at the coastal Georgia land his forebears secured a decade after they were emancipated from slavery. He asked if there were questions. Marshall raised her hand, ignoring the knot in her stomach, and told her story. The knot in her stomach. She was in line to inherit 300 acres, which would make her the first woman in her family to own a farm. She had big plans for fading commercial cattle operation and its overgrown fields. She would call it Mountain Mama Farms and sell enough grass-feed beef and homemade products like goat milk soap to help support her husband and their 3 daughters. But she discovered a terrible thing. Oh no. My family owns several people, Marshall said. She wanted to know how to make it right. So let me guess, they finna get some bootleg licking ass nigga in this article. Look here, Miss Ann, it's all right. You know, slavery was long times ago. I'm just pulling myself up by my bootstraps. It ain't your fault that your family probably took the land that my family was on and probably killed them and raped them and probably incested, inbreeded them, and it's all right, Miss Ann. Don't feel as guilty as about that.
They already got one. My man who was 53, the chief of the Whoopie Wow.
That's what I'm saying. Is he coming?
Been sharecropping for 10 years after they was free, but they loved their master so much that they stayed on the plantation after they had been given these freedoms.
Well, check this out. Rayford was surprised as anyone in the room. Those older guys had probably never heard from a white lady in their entire lives, he recalled. Stop! Quit. So what are they, like farming savages that never encountered they never encountered civilized white folk before? Like, what the fuck are you trying to say?
I don't know. I'm on a timeout. I had to put myself in the corner.
Oh, damn, fam.
I don't. This is crazy. What, fam? What? You said they had never heard from a distinguished white folk and with a blonde goat and flowing locks. And look at how gorgeous she was. They had never laid eyes on such a beautiful prize before, let alone able to speak so eloquently.
You sound like your name is Jasper.
Yeah, that's what their names is, Jasper. You got Uncle Corn in the meeting right there. You got Buford.
For almost 3 years now, with the fever of newly converted, Marshall has been on a quest. She's diving into her family's past and trying to chip away at racism in the Deep South, where every white family with roots here benefited from slavery, and almost every black family had enslaved ancestors. No, they all did. I don't.
And hold on. Did you see the catch there?
Mm-hmm.
if it was the deep South, then your family benefited from slavery. But it had to be the deepest depths
of the South,
of
the Bible Belt,
deep crevices of the South. If it ain't deep underneath 24 feet, that's 4 times grave length deep. It gotta be 4 grave lengths deep in the South for it to.
Hey, now listen to this bullshit here, man. I don't have a lot of money, but I have property, she said during a walk on the farm last winter. How am I going to use that for the greater good? And not in like paying penance sort of way, but it's like the right thing to kind of do way. So not paying a penance. So yeah, you are paying a penance. You are correcting the wrong. So for you to say that's not what you're doing, you're totally null and void what you're seeking to try to do, and that's to right or wrong. So you're going the wrong way about it.
Right. You admit that your family benefited off of slavery, but you don't want to pay for the what? I don't understand it. I'm lost. So what do you want to do? You feel bad about it, but you're just gonna say sorry and
that's just what I'm just acknowledging that I feel bad about it, and there's nothing really I know what to do, but I'm reaching out. Please, can y'all tell me now? See what she's saying. What they saying is, tell me. I don't know what to do. So please tell us, Mr. Coonish Black Man, what should I do? It said it's not easy finding anyone in the farming community of 26,000 she could talk to about white privilege, critical race theory, or renewed calls for federal reparations. She can't even get her cousins to stop flying for Confederate flags. It's about heritage, not hate, they tell her. So are they trying to say that she's just surrounded by oh so much racism? It's all in her family, heritage, and blood, but somehow she is going against the grain because she does not want to be like everybody else? I don't believe that.
And hold on. That was to let you know that you're going to be ostracized if you do that. You're going to be all alone if you go against this white supremacy. You're not going to have none of your family.
Ain't no reasoning, ain't no logic, ain't no reasoning or logicking with them. This is just, it is what it is basically what she's saying.
That's what, and she's saying, and she can't fight it. She tried, but she can't, so she's just going to give up.
Yeah, she can't.
I tried.
She said, I can't even get my cousins to stop flying the Confederate flag. It's about heritage, not hate, they tell her. Farming families and unspoken discrimination are braided together so tightly here that she can't untwist them. Well, there goes for trying.
I told you. There you go. I told you.
She is aware that she sometimes stumbles across the line between doing anti-racism work and playing the white savior, but she finds this history unavoidable. I can't just go feed my cows and not be reminded of it, she said. Oh, it's been weighing on you so heavy, I'm so sure. I'm sure it's just ruined so much of your life. Here in the nation's soul-searching wrist small, should the descendants of people who kept others enslaved be held responsible for that wrong? Yes. They can't. What can they do to make it right? And what will it cost them? I don't know. Maybe the shit that you stole. I mean, or maybe you know how you help? Get on your government to pay what they owe.
Hello.
There you go.
McFlizzle.
Get on your government. Nobody said it had to come out your pocket personally. Get on your government. That's the easiest solution right there.
And I bet if y'all all called, we know you can get on calls. So I bet if y'all all called to your government, your local governments, I bet if you supported reparations, guess what? They would support it too. But you know what? They don't support reparations
because they don't want to lose y'all. Yeah, because they don't want to lose y'all. Right.
So what can you do? He just told you.
He said after the seminar, farmers offer some ideas. Here we go. I told you. Jasper, what can I do to make this here racism right? She could set up an internship for young black farmers, letting them work on her land and keep the profit. Become her black neighbors. Maybe her black neighbors wanted preservation work done on their church cemetery, or maybe she should give some land or money for the sale of its descendants and the black people who helped the family build the wealth, either as enslaved in 1800s or later as sharecroppers who lived in the two small shacks on the land. I feel some kind of way about that suggestion because it's putting the burden on the individuals, and it's alleviating the city, state, and federal government of their due diligence and responsibility. I do think it is up to the individual as far as companies go. So her being an entity as far as a company, yeah, I think she should break some bread on the company side of the game, especially like Wells Fargo and all these other insurance companies that made their whole living and their whole come up off of, you know, insuring black people and blah blah blah. I mean, even all the way down to the people who made the clothes in the North, Levi's, all of that shit. I mean, we know a lot of brands, Uncle Ben's, Ancient Mimas, all that shit. That motherfucking racist ass toothpaste. All them motherfuckers gotta pay.
Colgate.
No,
we
exactly.
Gonna say it's Colgate.
Colgate, that
it's
racist
Colgate.
ass toothpaste from Colgate in China. They all these businesses, entities got to pay, along with the federal government.
Take down.
Along with the federal government, along with the state municipalities, and along with the local cities and government too. All of them, all three of them owes. I just want to put that out there.
But also, like Fam said, though, we don't care where it comes from.
It also says she is deep in Confederate country trying to do this work. Rafer said when he went to visit her farm this spring, if she can figure it out, he said, Chattanooga County could be a template for small communities all over the South. We do not want the small penny ass little crumbs that these people are trying to push off as reparations. We just don't want that. What we want is...
Hold on. I want it, but it's not reparations.
Yeah. Okay, I take that back. I stand corrected. I want it. Put socket to my pocket, but it's not reparations, because reparation is being repaired by the government that targets your ass. Rise in faith. Over the years, father and granddaughter drove the trucks or took shifts at the cotton mills to keep the farm running. At 68, her father, Steve Scroggins, still works 3 p.m. to midnight as a hospital maintenance man. Only 10% of the population is black, and a number of historians estimate we probably 5 times higher before the Civil War, and began to drop after emancipation as African Americans moved north to escape Jim Crow South. Most residents of are evangelistic Christians. It's a such rich Trump country that former president held his last campaign rallies 5 miles from Marshall's farmhouse. Some good friends were at those rallies, she said. So you're not really trying to do nothing.
You were there too.
But you're not really trying to do nothing because you just said such good friends were there too. So you're not trying to argue with them about racism or trying to get them to see another way. That was all bullshit that you put in the article before that. You just let us know that. Thanks.
You was there too. And
she was there. Her father, who lives down the road, is as proud as a farmer's daughter and as a man could be. His unbashful support for her work against racism. But at the Dirt Town Deli,
once he said come on.
But at the Dirt Town Deli, he sometimes stays quiet when an offensive comment passes among his friends. So then that means you're complicit.
Stays quiet.
Then you're complicit. We know if you're not saying, you're spraying. So if you ain't speaking up, you're complicit. Shut up.
Hold on. And he's spraying. I just had to think about it. You're spraying because who wouldn't get, if you had a friend, fam, who always, it don't matter how good the friend is, he always talked about raping women, fam. Just every time you talked about him, he talked about raping women. Fam, you'd stop hanging around, fam, because you would get tired of hearing about that.
Axing the preacher. Oh my fucking God. It says, if anyone in Valley could help Marshall begin her self-styled healing project, it was Melvin Mosley. He had been an assistant principal at her high school. He's also her father's best friend.
Are they trying to say he's black?
Yes. And this is father's best friend, so this is Uncle Ruckus, basically. Two men met as boys, and when Mosley's uncle lived in one of the shacks on Scarga's farm and worked for Marshall's grandfather, Scarga's went to the white school. Mosley was the black one. Every book at Mosley's school was a hand-me-down from the white school, but the boys didn't understand that their educations were different until they started comparing notes. For decades, Mosley taught the public schools and prisons. At 67, he's a preacher, and he lives with his wife, Betty, 50 acres near Marshall's farm. So you niggas never left the plantation, basically. On a summer day in 2019, Marshall sat there in the yard and told them that she wanted to make some type of amends, and she asked if she was on the right path. Let's say that the water under the bridge. And let's say that's water under a bridge, he said. You didn't do anything wrong. I told y'all. I said that in the beginning. You ain't do nothing, Miss Ann. You ain't got to feel no type of sort of way about that, Miss Ann. Now you ain't do nothing, Miss Ann. That's just water under the bridge, Miss Ann. Let bygones be bygones, Miss Ann. Let's just say that's water under the bridge, he said. You didn't do anything wrong. All she needed to do was to pour as much love on the I knew it. I said it. All right, my blood pressure ain't gonna get that high because I knew this was Ass the Coon. I knew it. In all our families, black or white, there's been some generational things that are up to us to break, he told her. And when we break it, it is broken forever. He stood and took her hand. Now come in, Miss. He stood and took her hand. Mosley joined them in prayer. Here, you read this Bible while I take all your land and resources. Father in heaven, he prayed, we ask you to just continue to give her the courage and the desire to break the chains of racism, Lord. This is actually in there too. Oh, you in the corner? Oh, I'm sorry. Come out the corner, man. You're going to love this. Hold on, man. It gets worse.
I can't take it.
On another visit before Christmas, Marshall bought a copy of the slave records and was seeking their advice whether she should compensate Hester's descendants if she ever found them. People aren't looking for a handout. Oh, fuck.
Oh, my gosh.
Betty Mosley told her, that's his wife. His wife now. First of all, I would have told her to shut the fuck up when grown people talking. Shut up. Especially if you're going to say shit like that. Shut up. People aren't looking for handouts, Miss Ann. We just want justice and all the things that are going on. It's hard to explain to a white person, but if you're a black person, you understand. No, bitch, we don't understand shit you're talking about. I'm sorry to call the pastor's wife a bitch, but bitch, we don't understand nothing you're talking about. You're talking Kuna Matata talk. And
it's very easy to explain. It's not hard to explain at all.
And
it's very simple.
And that's what they wanted to leave you with at the end of this article.
It's hard to explain.
If I don't know how to call an article, I'm too good at this shit. Because I knew they had a old Jasper ass nigga. Now listen here, Miss Ann. Now you ain't do nothing wrong. You ain't now all we want now is an apology.
And they kept calling her Miss too. I didn't hear them get called Mr. or Miss or none of that. Maybe I missed it.
I don't even care. They don't get no respect. I am so done with this article and so done with this video on the grounds that the Kuna Matata spirits might creep into my psyche, and one day I could ever even think or talk like that. And like, they didn't even have him say it, but they had her say it too, man. I don't know what kind of Christians them is. I don't. If that's, I don't want to be that. I don't want to be that kind of Christian.
Them white. I keep telling you, them is them white Jesus Christian. That's a fake religion. It doesn't. That one doesn't exist. Where the Jesus is white, it's not true.
Well, because they got so.
It's not true.
They got so much forgiveness for Miss Ann. It's okay, Miss Ann. Don't worry about the atrocities that your people, instituted on mine, Miss Ann.
That's not forgiveness.
It's just water. That's not forgiveness. It's just water under the bridge, Miss Ann. Don't worry about it.
That's not called forgiveness, sir. I'm sorry.
That's cowardice.
Yeah, that's not forgiveness is for you.
Yeah, that's cowardice. That's
forgiveness isn't for someone else. It's for you.
Hey, that's I'm a buster, and I can't be nothing but a buster.
Period.
Man, I hate to leave y'all.
I can still forgive you and give you a 2-piece and a biscuit. That's a true thing. I can still forgive you and then boop boop you. Yep, that's true.
That is true. Damn, man. I knew that was coming. So basically, they just said, because basically there was no resolution. Basically, don't do nothing. Just think about it real hard.
That's what it was.
Just don't. You ain't got to do nothing. Just think, because black people don't really want you to do nothing. Don't do nothing.
They don't want nothing. Right.
Get the heck out of here.
Just you felt bad, and that's enough. You didn't even apologize. There is no apology. We don't even want that. We don't want no apology. We don't want nothing. We just want you to feel a little bit bad. And it's hard to explain to a white person.
You feeling bad, Miss Ann, is good enough for me in my book. In the good book, it's just all is as long as you feel bad and remorseful, Miss Ann. You didn't do nothing wrong, Miss Ann. You didn't do nothing wrong.
And really just kept with the miss too.
Get in the description section. Make sure y'all like, share the video. Y'all know the deal. They don't forward this message, but also put in the chat B1. Put in the chat no Kuna Matatas. We gotta go, man. It's 4 words that we leave you with.
Love, peace, blessings, and aloha.
You know what I'm saying? That shit was ridiculous.
Look, I don't play with this shit. You don't even know what I gave to this shit. Self-made with this shit. I slay with this shit. Been a lot of roads I done paved with this shit. Look. See, I don't play with this.
Hey, Riri. Hey Rihanna, hey girl, how you doing? I'm into you like Trump's in the Putin. I know that might sound a little confusing. I had to say it for my own amusement. What I'm trying to say is, can we go cruising? Top down, blow some good gas, and listen to Blueprint. Birdies, taking flight, change your life in one night. By 2 a.m. if you do it right. Up late like nigga night. Small fish, big appetite. Get an extra 4 if you whip it right. Got good gas and it's light bright. Got big balls and a good pipe. One call it it's night.
Shawty bang my line. You can holler at me later. Shawty bang my line. Shawty bang my line. Bang my line. You can holler at me later. Shawty bang my line. You can catch me on the book or DM me at IG. Consider me in bring it back, bring it back, 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 bring it, bring it, bring it back, 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 back. emphasis. I bring it back like it's stolen from my nemesis. I bring it back on the store. Around me, almost drown me. It astounds me like the level of deceit when your people try to play you like somebody in the street. Like even when you praise him and you try to see him eat. Not to mention all the shit you did to get him on his feet. Kid of thoughts, 10,000 lays. I know you wish you could, but some can't. I learned from my mistakes and I done felt all the breaks. Learn to cut the grass real fast for the snakes. Learn to give a little bit more than I take. Too many times I score back, break, pump, fake. I got the PayPal, Cash App, Zelle, Chime. Hope you got yours, cause I got mine. I'm talking Payoneer, net spend, Venmo, stash. Too many ways for you to run my cash.